Hey, it's Cory, your DM. Welcome back to Vibe Proficiency, a D&D podcast about death, bad guy monologuing, and death, I guess. Look, I believe this episode is going to be our longest one to date, so I'm not going to yap at you too long here. And if you're like me and you prefer a shorter episode, I totally feel you on that. But trust me when I say that this is the short version. I don't think it's a secret that this show gets cut together from the most, plot relevant and coherent parts of our long-running games, like very lengthy play sessions. Like, obviously, I cut out the 20-minute side conversations about Pokemon and stuff, so it may not surprise you to find that this episode is cut together from 3 different recording sessions and like several one-off interstitial recordings. Anyway, if you hear some weird cuts or anything in this one, cut me some slack. It's taken me just months of sifting through everything and trying to find what I hope is the best possible episode I could have, on the cutting room floor there. So, as always, I am exceptionally grateful that you listen to our show. And I hope that it brings you even just a little bit of happiness and entertainment today. All right, that's it. That's all from me. I'm giving you little forehead kisses. Mwah. Bye.
All right, let's go. I am Becca. I am for the last time playing Meira, the Tiefling Druid. Her fun fact for this week, I figured since last week I talked about her father being a woodworker, I would talk about her mother. And her mother was a homemaker, but one of the things that they liked to do together, both her mother, her sister, and Meira, they would sing songs and they would tell stories. And through doing that, that's actually how Meira discovered her first arcane ability, her thaumaturgy, because she would use it to enhance the stories and to put little chords to her mother's singing. And so, yeah, she developed a love of that very early on.
That's really sweet.
A sweet fact before she dies.
I'm Casey. I play Kira, the Kalishtar monk. Kira's fun fact for the week is when she was a little girl, before everything happened, one day when she was playing outside, she found a helmet, like an old helmet from a battle, like long ago, and she kept it, and she would like to wear it when she was sitting in her room, like reading or playing. She would just wear the helmet just because she thought it was cool.
And she was right.
She didn't let her dad know that she found it, so whenever he came around, she would always hide it back underneath her bed. And it was just her little thing.
It's adorable.
It's kind of cute.
Thanks. I thought of that 5 seconds ago.
What object were you staring at when you came up with that fact?
I was staring at my Funko Pop of Mando.
I knew it had to be something.
Do you still have the helmet?
It's in her bedroom, Chandler. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm just trying to learn more about Kira. Good talk.
All right.
I'm Tyler. I play Kadmist Laughbringer, Kadmist Lightbringer.
Well, he was a comedian.
He tried to be a comedian for a bit. Kadmist Lightbringer, half-orc, paladin, warlock. Fun fact is that if Kadmist ever gets surprised in any ways, he develops hiccups. So he tries to be extra aware of his surroundings so that no one would know, because that's super embarrassing.
That's why he's so alert.
You need to get the feet alert, then it'll be good.
Yeah,
I know. But I also think it'd be funny if I ever got surprised by something. I have to develop hiccups.
Can you give us a taste of what that would sound like?
You gotta surprise me first.
Boo!
Hiccup.
So you're going to do the wink thing and just say hiccup?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, we'll develop a sound audio clip every time, and we'll edit it in. Right?
Okay.
Maybe.
Just more work for Cory.
Great.
Cool. I'm Kelly. I play Harp. She is a changeling ranger. And her fun fact this week is she has this little sleeping cap that she wears. It gives her pleasant dreams.
I totally thought you forgot you had it.
No, she definitely she has that. But she's really embarrassed about it, so she doesn't tell anybody. But it helps her because she unfortunately has really, really bad nightmares. She always has it with her.
This was Harp's trinket, actually, so it's been around.
Yeah, I was like, might as well, time to whip that out.
Stoked it's making an appearance.
Outside of podcast, I swear these people, please get out from in front of my apartment door. Quit smoking outside my apartment door. I don't care that it's raining. Like, just stood, like, in front of my door. Like, not even, like, 5 feet away from my door, just in front of my door smoking.
Maybe they think it's their door.
Get away from my apartment. Hey, everyone, my name
We're
is...
leaving this in the podcast, right?
Absolutely. Hail and well met. My name is Chandler, and I play Elwin Peck, the elf-turned-pseudo-dragon. He does, 100 good deeds, 100 bad deeds. Who really knows, Could be either or. Fun fact about Elwin, since it was mentioned the last time, specifically about his map making. When Elwin was growing up, he developed this interest in studying maps of cities and different stuff like that as a calming technique, dealing with kind of growing up by himself without his parents. So early on, he really just started mapping out where he was going, and it's a bit of what he does before he goes to bed. He'll kind of just sit around and just kind of sketch out either a city he's been to or a city of the mind, if you will.
That's really cool, actually.
Fun fact about Peck.
Let's see, fun fact about Anziel.
Haven't you made this joke already?
Yeah, but you didn't give us a fun fact about his vulnerabilities and immunities and saving throws.
Fun fact about Anziel. What's his AC?
Just curious.
Higher than you'd expect.
Is it higher than 15?
Is it higher than like a 20?
Should we start crying now or later?
Do you really want the fun fact to be that? Because I'll give it to you.
If it's higher than 20, I quit.
It's no, it's not higher than 20.
No,
Is it 19?
We'll burn the fun fact on it. Hi, I'm Cory, and I play everyone else, including Anziel, whom, fun fact, you have seen in somewhat ornate full plate armor that stands out amongst the rest of the paladins, right? I'll let you work out for yourself what that translates into stat-wise.
5e, full plate armor.
Have you ever seen him carry a shield into battle?
Yeah, that first night you did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. How big was the shield?
It's it's a lot like the size of your new one, actually.
So not...
His AC is 18. If he has a +2 for his shield, his AC is 20.
It's a 20, or it's a 19 at least.
A shield, no matter what, is +2.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cory. I'm the DM. Fun fact about me, fuck all of you.
Intro music.
All right. Last time we played, you covered a lot of ground. Just some things to keep fresh in our minds here. Meira left a note on Anziel's desk that said, "Return the crown, Kalimvor demands it."
Yep.
So that's pretty neat.
Yep.
Also extremely important to remind everyone of the weird mouth rocks that Peck was making.
They're magical.
Yeah, they each carry a message that you've predefined. Between those two actions, I think it was pretty clear that the intent was to like extort and or blackmail Anziel into meeting with you, yeah?
Yeah, that won't backfire at all.
Yeah, we're definitely the good guys.
Yeah, a well-established fact. So you all made it to the abandoned house in the clearing in the woods and started making a bunch of preparations, scouting out the area and making plans for what you hope as an inevitable visit from Anziel. Just based on Arden needing to fly to deliver these and get your plans set up on the Port Crescent side of things, even if Anziel got the messages and wanted to come immediately, he probably wouldn't be able to make it here until morning. So with that said, is there anything you want to do before the long rest that I promised you?
There's just one. Is there a paved pathway coming to this house that we're at, or is it a dirt pathway?
I don't think there's much of a pathway at all, to be honest.
Okay.
I think at one point there would have been just a well-worn path, not paved or anything, but I don't think there's a notable walkway leading to this clearing or anything.
Cool. So having finished off, I'd probably want to make at least 10 of those rocks that I was planning to, with the secondary message of the blackmail of the Anseal's evil, worship blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I want to make up 5 of those. So spend an hour doing that because 11 minutes for that. And then I want to collect up a bunch of other rocks just so that way it looks more menacing, but I can like tap a few to show him that like they're all there.
A little bluff, yeah.
And then I would like to spend the next 2 hours doing 10 alarm rituals.
Okay.
Almost about half a mile away from the house. Just kind of around and putting just 10, like placing an alarm ritual here because it can be a 20-foot cube, and then jumping 5 feet and doing another 20-foot cube and kind of doing it a bit of a half circle. So that way, if it says an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or large creature touches or enters the warded area, which could come back to bite me if a bird walks through it, or a lizard.
Yeah, that's fine. You can make a ton of these. So the duration of these alarms is 8 hours. You looking at doing these like early morning?
Early morning. I only need 2 hours to sleep, so yeah.
Perfect.
4 a.m.
I'm going to confirm with Peck, based on his knowledge of how quickly his familiar can fly, that we are going to have a full night before Anseal would come to us.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have time for a long rest and some change if you want to do something to prepare.
I am going to take some time to essentially forge a pathway ahead that's about 10 feet tall. And on one side, like to the left of the 10-foot path, I'm going to do plant growth to make that really overgrown, and then move over another 10 feet and turn and do the same thing. So for 100 feet, it's a 10-foot pathway that he can come up to us. So he can't ambush us from the side. If he does, his movement's incredibly slowed.
Okay, I think I feel you. Like you're basically giving him the choice to walk up the way you want him to.
He has to either choose to come through the super overgrown on either side, or come straight up the ungrown pathway.
And that's difficult terrain lining the pathway you're making?
Yeah, it's thick and overgrown. A creature moving from the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
I really dig this. How long will that take you to do?
Because I'm not doing the fancy one, it's instantaneous.
Nice.
The range is 150 feet. So I'll step up 20 feet from the house and then cast it going outwards.
Okay, absolutely. We're doing a long rest here, so I assume you want to do this beforehand, since it's kind of like a tall order for your slots.
Yes, I'm burning both my 3rd levels on that.
So use 2 3rd-level spell slots to create 2 big swaths of difficult terrain, outlining a 10-foot wide path.
Yep.
That you'd prefer that he take.
Because what I'm hoping is it is going to limit the pathway he can come towards us.
For sure.
Unless he can fly, and then we're screwed.
Yeah. His pet dragon will come in and just like burn it all up anyways.
Yeah.
With seeing that, I would of course put, I'm going to put 3 of those alarms on that pathway starting at the end of the 100 foot. And then I'm still going to go out past that because alarm works within a mile and just do that circle.
Killer.
To cover my bases.
I do have like Natural Explorer, and Forest happens to be my thing. So I just really thought Harp would just be very sort of know the area itself in case we need to like make a run for it. I think she's a little traumatized from that last battle where she couldn't figure out what to do next. So she wants like all the exits available, and that's it. She's just looking for escape routes.
Also, speaking of Harp's Natural Explorer feat, I was just looking at this. One of the benefits is that difficult terrain doesn't slow her or her party. But the overgrowth that Meira is making is actually like double secret difficult terrain. Because like normally you spend 2 feet of speed to move 1 foot in difficult terrain. But Meira specifically costs 4 to move 1 in hers. So let's say that none of the regular difficult terrain bothers you here, but you are like half affected by Meira's plant growth here. Like enemies will take the full effect, but you'd half it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why like the back of the house and going around shouldn't be affected. So if we have to flee going backwards, because I assume if we're fleeing, we can't go back to Port Crescent because we pissed off the head guy in charge.
I like where your head's at.
While everyone else is doing their setup, I'm just going to walk over, find a little secluded spot by myself, sit down and say, listen, I don't know who you are or what you want from me, but you lent me your strength once. I'm going to need it one more time.
And you specifically, like you go find somewhere to be alone to do this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of do that meditative thing that I would normally do.
Yeah, you take a moment. here in this quiet little secluded spot, and you focus inward, calming your mind and opening yourself up to the divine or well, you're not sure, really. But you do feel it, Kadmist. It's here. And maybe you feel a bit uneasy directly addressing it and feeling the familiar presence like this. Let's roll.
I cast Divine Sense.
Oh, even better. Yeah, you cast Divine Sense. And the faint presence you were feeling, it's like it's amplified when you do that. And you can pinpoint it directly behind you, this fiendish presence.
Okay. It's a fiend.
Yeah, you feel it behind you, almost like it's waiting for you. And as you continue to sit on the ground and wait, you feel it sort of shift, and you can maybe see movement on your periphery as it swings slowly around until it's in front of you. It's this diaphanous, translucent shade, and the edges of it are too undefined to make out any detail, but it's like a pocket of shadow floating just off the ground. Like light is like bending around, maybe like a figure that you can't quite see, and it's distorting your view of the woods behind it as it moves from behind you. And it gently floats downwards to the ground to match your eye line. And as it like sits in front of you, you hear something like muffled speech. Actually, here is not quite correct. It's like the faint sound is all around you and also somehow inside you. And you can't quite grasp any of it. You're not even sure what language it's in because it feels sort of like distant. There's almost a bit of an echo, and it's just really unclear. But right after that, there's a pause, as if like maybe it's your turn to talk.
I don't understand what you were saying.
Roll religion or arcana, whichever you choose.
Let's see. That's 18 plus 2, dirty 20.
Hell yeah. You say that you can't understand the figure, and you like lean in, really trying to focus all your senses on it as it continues to talk. And it sort of leans into you too. And the sound it's making becomes maybe a bit more slow and deliberate. And you can start to make out more distinct sounds, like cutting through the muffled echo. And it goes, "You're gonna have to work with me, big guy. I haven't done anything like this in a long time."
Oh?
When you react, Kadmist, you swear that you see it smile. Like the shadows making up what you think must be the head of the translucent figure kind of shift, and there's like a smile-shaped patch that's just brighter than the rest of the thing. And it says, "There you are. I'm not gonna lie, what I just did was really impressive. You probably had something else on your mind, right?"
Hey, don't really know who you are or what you want, but got a big fight coming up. I was hoping that whatever you are, you would lend a hand again.
Why do you think I'm putting in all this work to have this little chat? Yeah, I really think we can help each other out here. Make it mutually beneficial. And the shadowy blur puts out what looks to be a hand, like it's waiting for you to shake it. And it says, "I'm sure we can come to some kind of agreement."
I'll reach out my hand and go, "Yeah, but I'm the boss." And I'll shake their hand.
Yeah, you reach to shake it, but the figure pulls back right before you can touch them and says, "Oh, see, because I was thinking of, let's call it a partnership of sorts. See, I have some things I'd like your help with too, and we can obviously get into the details at a later date after all this unpleasantness. What do you say?" And they put their hand back out towards you.
I'll kind of sit there for a minute and go, "All right, no funny business though. Deal?"
Yeah, the smile like grows wide again as they put their shadowy hand in yours. It's like an odd sensation, this handshake. It feels like there's something in your hand, but at the same time, it feels like if you were to close your hand, your fingers would slip right through. And they finally let go of your hand, and they give you what you perceive to be a nod, and they reach out to touch the hilt of your father's sword. And when they do, you feel power sheathed at your side. And you look down for just a moment, but when you look back up, the shadow figure is gone.
In the distance, you hear a strum as a chorus takes up. "This could be the start of something new."
Mm-hmm.
And then as you shake their hand, you know that it feels all right to be here with you.
Nice.
Oh.
And now, looking in your smile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you feel in your heart.
Start of something new.
That's great, guys. Perfect way to cap off that moment. Welcome to Vibe Proficiency, a show for very serious
A
people.
High School Musical fan cast.
Tyler, were you about to do a bit with your sword?
I was going to do a bit about my sword.
I'm sorry to have ruined your bit.
The sword is the one character trait that Kadmist actually has.
Yeah, please do your cool sword bit, Tyler.
Okay, so after seeing that, Kadmist will reach out and grab the sword and kind of look at it, and it'll like shimmer a little bit with this purple aura. And I'll go, that's new. And then I'm going to stand up and join the group.
Oh, that was it.
He's a hexblade now.
Yeah, he is. How does Kadmist look when he rejoins the party?
He looks like he's somewhere else. Like he's there, but he isn't the same like he would normally be, like getting ready for like the battle with all the zombies. It feels like something would be off.
So Meira's just gonna check in with him and be, are you okay?
Yeah, I have some stuff that I need to figure out once this is all over.
Kadmist, as you say that, you feel it again. You look up and you see shifting shadows behind Meira now. And she kind of like looks at you with concern, but she doesn't seem to be able to see or feel it. And you see that smile again, and it's gone.
Sorry, guys. It looks like I got a poltergeist attached to me somehow.
You've been riding the Haunted Mansion again.
You know what it actually is? I recently watched FMA Brotherhood again.
Oh, it's my dead brother?
No, well, it's like I originally imagined your fiend friend kind of looked like Truth from FMAB, like a featureless figure with just a big Cheshire cat smile. Obviously, some tweaks have been made since, but I do love the creepy smile thing, so that stayed.
Great.
We're about to long rest, aren't we?
Yeah, is Kira doing anything besides the like meditation?
She's gonna kind of break off for a little bit, find a creek or any running water, and just
Sing to her reflection, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what she's gonna do.
Seems like the moment for it.
No, she's just gonna sit by it and take a minute to herself.
Sounds good. Not doing anything particular, just trying to like get her Zen thing on.
That's it, yeah.
Do we roll for Zen? You know what though? You're like taking time to complete this sort of like nightly ritual. Like you told me once that she does this a lot to sort of like extend her control over the body she shares with Kat,
Yep.
right?
And she does it every night before she goes to sleep.
Okay, let's call this a wisdom roll then.
That was a save. 21.
Yeah, let's bank that. Right, like you took the time to play this out, and I think that it matters. And I think that it means something mechanically.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have like advantage on retaining control in the next stressful situation, or you can choose a moment to like cede that control if you find it to be the best option. Like let's put Kira in a position of greater control over who's in charge for a bit as you spend some extra time meditating.
Yeah,
right
either
now.
gain advantage or give up.
Yeah.
I got you.
Cool. Tell me what this meditation or conversation or whatever it is looks like.
I know you can hear me. You always can. We're going up against something tomorrow. Something that we've never encountered. He has the ability to kill a lot of people with just a simple word. If things break bad tomorrow, I'm going to need some help. We're going to need help. You are the only one that I know that has enough power to possibly stop him. But I know what you want. And I know you'll stop at nothing to get it. And my partners, my friends, they don't like you. And if they see you, they will stop at nothing to defeat you, to put you down. So I need your word. If I give you control, if I let you out, you can't hurt them. You will stop him and him alone. Once that's all said and done, we'll figure something out. Do we have a deal? Deal.
Fuck. I am legitimately scared of that.
I think before we do go to sleep, seeing Kira come back from her meditation, I'm just going to go up to her and be like, Kira, I hate to even bring this up, but if Cad shows up tomorrow, is there anything we can do?
Get as far away from me as you can.
Any way we can help with that not happening?
Not that I know of. The monks in my order tried it, but there's nothing of them left now.
Well, we'll do what we can to keep him away.
Throughout the rest of the night, I'm also just going to be reading some of the Kellenfor book I still have, and just kind of working on some other rocks and whatnot. Unless
someone insists on us staying together, she's probably going to want to be outside.
Okay.
Just ready to listen.
Sweet. So everyone gets a good night's rest. So make sure your HP and spell slots are all back to full if you haven't already. And Peck, at some point early in the night, Arden returns to you, having taken care of delivering all the blackmail to Anseal.
Point of order, because I meant I had it written down to do it, but forgot to do it. I go, oh shoot, I meant to send a note to Moria as well.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Send a note to her and be like, hey, this is where we are. We've summoned Anseal to come see us. Be prepared. And saying it's about to go down, like I told her I was given her warning. And then also in the note says, this is one of the rocks we're using to blackmail him. I have a lot more that I'm planning to send out should things go wrong, but just so you have one as well. And just send that with Arden to her.
Did you send the key back to her apartment?
Absolutely not.
Okay, you keep the key, and Unburdened by Rocks will say that Arden can make it to town and back pretty quickly. That's fine. Meanwhile, after your 2 hours of rest, you get some reading done, and you work on setting all your alarm traps. Then the dawn comes, and you all wake up refreshed and ready to do whatever it is that you're about to do.
Die?
I mean, I'm not ruling it out.
So what's our plan here? Are we attacking? Are we just getting answers? I just want to make sure.
Let's talk to him. See how he's leaning.
But be prepared to attack should we need to.
Yes. I'm going to try to get a read on him.
Yes. A potential vibe check.
Check his vibe.
I'm going to vibe check him.
Then perhaps it's best he doesn't see all of us at once. I'm fine. I'll stay at the top of the path here if someone else wants to join me, and the rest of you can maybe hide, stay out of sight.
I would like to join you. And once he gets close, I will have my familiar take my spot on my unseen servant.
Nice.
I'm going to stay out of sight on, I guess, the other side of you guys. So just in case we start this, I can at least sneak attack him if we start a fight.
So this will leave Kadmist and Harp to speak with him.
I thought Meira wanted to talk to him.
I don't have to. I'm willing to put myself in the front line if that's what it comes to.
I can always, if I'll be sitting with Meira, if Meira has anything specific she wants to have shouted out, I can open up a mind link and then send it to you, Kadmist, and you relay it as if it's your own thought.
Yes, my own.
That does sound...
yes, that does sound like me.
Though Elwin does say that as, like, dickish as possible.
Elwin, I thought we were, like, bonding.
Oh, for sure, but...
I don't even call you Peck anymore.
That is kind. I do appreciate that. Also, if you would like to, if he doesn't seem to have the crown on him, while I'm out of the way, I can mirror image the box that we saw the crown picked up into, and you could like walk inside and walk out with it and go, oh, we already have the crown.
Ho, ho, ho.
And see a reaction from him there.
I don't have anything particularly I want to say to him. I want to get close enough to be able to vibe check him.
Would you rather me be down there with you? Or Meira, would you rather be down there and I'll stay at the
Y'all are just getting the vibe from Meira that she's kind of almost asking to get the first hit because she's feeling a little bad.
Yeah, come on up.
Okay, so I will leave my familiar up with you. just to have an additional sight. I will join the unseen servant. Harp, would you rather be with us, or would you rather get up somewhere with your bow to have like covering shot?
That's what I was hoping for. I wanted to know what the layout of this room was. Is it just literally like 4 walls here?
So
that's the other thing. Are we planning to meet? We're planning to meet him outside or in the house? How are we doing this?
My idea was that I'd stand at the end of the path they created, so that there is no way they can get to the sides of us.
I think we have to be careful how many are visible versus how many are not visible, because he knows by now that we all escaped. If only 2 of us are seen talking to him, he's going to assume the rest of us are hiding, waiting to attack him.
It's true.
You're very right, but it does buy us a moment when he has to look.
I think that should be enough, because he should be afraid, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He's the one who put us in this situation, and he's super untrustworthy. So I think it's fine that the 2 of you speak to him and the rest of us basically protect you.
If you want, Meira, if you want to throw your cloak onto my unseen servant to make it look as if you're standing there with us, and you can just be sullen in the back, that might be a good sell of why you wouldn't be speaking upset over the events that have transpired.
You can do that.
Wonderful. So I send Zahorn over to get the cloak, and I jump onto Kadmist's shoulders.
I put it on the unseen servant, so I'm hiding?
Yeah, and then my unseen servant is still up in a tree just above the path, slightly out of view, but close enough where he can jump into combat.
Okay, sounds good to me.
I'm going to work on finding a good place to kind of hang off to the side.
Cool beans.
Cool. Or while we're standing there, once the alarm goes off, I'll send everyone this feeling, and I just send like a quick ping to everyone's head. When you feel that, he is close. If you feel it 3 times in a row, he has a force with him. So we all channel Geralt of Rivia, and we all get down on our knees, and time passes.
Yeah, you hit E on the bed, and you drag the time slider forward a bit. For those of you actively hiding, please make stealth checks.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
17, so not too bad.
Awesome.
Arton is hiding with an 8 stealth.
That tracks.
So as long as he doesn't look up, we're good.
Okay. So you're all outside, sitting in the uneasy quiet of the clearing. And finally, Peck, you get the mental ping that something has tripped the farthest alarm that you saw.
I have movement a mile away.
Suddenly, it's like every little sound has the scales on the back of your neck prickling up. Everyone's head is on a swivel, waiting to see if Anseal is really on his way.
I grab Kadmist's shoulder with my claw, and I go, I'm going into Arton's view. I will not be able to hear you, but I will be able to speak. And then my eyes glaze over, and I am seeing through Arton up into the tree.
And it's 100 feet?
Yeah, I can see with him up to 100 feet away. So I have him move through. He's flying, and I am like, I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I've been practicing a little bit, just jumping into him here and there, but it's still not good.
Like a drone racing pilot with vertigo.
Yeah. So I just have him slowly move just to like see if I can see anything.
All right. Time passes. More of it than you'd expect. 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then you feel another alarm trip about half a mile out. And after a while, another one goes off. How far from you is it?
How many feet's a mile? Like 500 feet?
I mean, 5,000, but sure.
5,000? This is me being stupid and not knowing a mile.
No, it's good. It's 5,280, right?
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Yeah,
525,600.
Oh, God.
So the last one I think would be about 500 feet away.
Okay, yeah. The 500-foot alarm goes off in your head now, too.
Are they moving in a straight line?
Yeah, one at a time, like all in succession, just how you laid them out. And you're looking through Arton's eyes in the direction of the alarms, and a figure emerges from behind some trees. It seems to be hurrying, making its way through the dense understory. And it takes you a moment to clock it, but it's definitely smaller and more agile than you'd expect from someone in maybe paladin armor.
I'm just verbally saying this while on Kadmist's shoulders.
He must have hired an assassin.
It takes a bit of time as you're like puzzling over this tiny figure in the distance, but as it gets closer, it's clear that it's not Anseal. It's someone carrying something. They're making their way hastily and maybe awkwardly through the underbrush. And the closer they get, the more they look familiar. And to your dismay, Meira is headed your way in the distance.
Oh my.
Oh no.
She seems to be carrying a bundle of scrolls and looking over her shoulder a lot as she makes her way to you.
Guys, stand down. It's not NCO.
Why is Meira a better friend than all of her other NPC friends?
Yeah, she's sweet.
She's very nice. I approve of Peck and her dating.
No.
Why not, Cory?
Can you not have romance in D&D, Cory?
We definitely can. I just don't think it'll work out in this instance.
Is it because I look like a dragon? Is that because I look like a dragon?
Is she embarrassed to bring him home to her parents? Will they not approve?
Sure, yeah. Okay,
All right,
so...
I went ahead and casted plot armor on all of us.
Yes.
It's an 8th level divination spell known as plot armor. It's a touch spell. For the duration, your PC cannot be killed per the plot armor.
Oh, perfect.
As soon as they say the command word, "Wow, my life's work is complete," your player immediately drops dead.
Yeah, that one's in Xanathar's, I think. Okay, so Peck, you see Meira running your way through Arden's eyes a little ways out. What do you do?
I don't know what she's doing. And I'm going to have Arten go meet her.
Okay, yeah.
I also just realized that Meira has set off 3 traps. 3 alarms, which means hope Ansel doesn't come that exact path.
Yeah, the direct path.
Yeah.
So you have him go guide her to you, yeah?
Guide her back and not let her trip off the final alarm that's at the beginning of the 100 feet to us.
Yeah.
And just like basically try and get her to follow Arten and take her through the overgrowth a little bit.
Cool, yeah. She sees Arten and waves, and you lead her to the group. She arrives to the clearing carrying several scrolls, and she's like a bit out of breath, but she's glad to see you guys.
Meira, what are you doing here? What are you doing?
She says, I know. I just thought you could use these, and I couldn't just hang back and do nothing. And she holds up a bundle of scrolls for someone to take.
I'll take them.
What are they, Kira? What kind of scrolls are they?
She says, I didn't know what would be most useful for whatever you have planned, but there's a few options in there. And as you open them up, you see the usual, the text of the spell, the 5-circled rune seal over the top that you press your fingers into to activate, and the little bee illustration at the bottom. It looks to be 2 cure wounds spells, 1 haste spell scroll, and 1 barkskin spell scroll.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. Now, if you use a scroll, though, is it still concentration?
So we'll say that these all take an action to cast, right? And concentration spell scrolls don't actually require your concentration. Like you can cast other concentration spells after burning the scroll, but to compensate, they last half as long.
Okay.
Meira, I do appreciate you coming. Maybe you should stay in the house, and if the fighting breaks out, then you can join the fight. But if this is just like if this goes as how we hope and it just be a conversation, I think it'd be in your best interest not to be seen with us if this is just a conversation.
Yeah, we've already gotten enough people hurt, and like Peck said, we're not the best to be seen with right now, depending on how this goes.
She says, sure, yeah, I can hang back inside. Hey, by the way, that rock you sent, if what it says is true, you should all be really careful if and when he gets here.
What did you do with that rock?
It's at my place.
Oh, okay. Just as long as it's just not sitting out in the open.
Yeah, it's definitely not on display in the window or anything, if that's what you
I
mean.
didn't know if maybe you left it sitting on the counter.
No, honestly, it was kind of gross to look at, and I tucked it away. Is it always going to look like that? Or
no. The mouth only appears when you tap it. It is an inanimate object.
Yeah.
I'll teach you about magic mouth later.
Chandler.
No, I don't.
Jesus Christ. You have to hear it.
That is not.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to, but built off of you assuming she was asking you.
As it came out, I realized what it said.
I can't with you. She kind of just pauses and she turns on her heel and like disappears inside.
I just turned that was a weird reaction, right, guys?
I think she likes you, Elwin.
I've already set her straight.
Jesus.
Not interested. The books are my only love.
Okay. Not long after she goes inside, you feel another one of your alarms trip. It's one of them in the semicircle perimeter that you made.
Grab Kadmist, going into Arton, send Arton 100 feet away, in the direction of that one, up in the sky.
Okay, yeah, Arton makes his way over there, and you don't see anything. Some rustling in the small brush near the alarm makes you think that maybe like a rabbit or something set it off.
An animal of some type, I don't know. It's not a person.
Several more minutes go by, and another alarm on the opposite side of the semicircle trips. And when Arton makes his way there, you see a deer moving through the area. You set a lot of traps, and like even tiny creatures can set them off. So, I mean, you expected at least a few of these to be false alarms. But as you're checking this one out, the one at the end of Meira's path trips.
Shoot. At the end of the path. I send the ping to everyone, like the pain in their mind of there's someone at the end of the path. And then I move Arton as quick as he can.
Okay.
Staying low to the trees because I don't want them to see my familiar coming.
Yeah, staying low is in like just above the canopy out of direct sight?
Yeah.
Cool.
Staying near the treetops, not like super high up in the air, like down near the treetops kind of going.
Okay, yeah, you look through your familiar's eyes as it, coasts quietly over the trees. And through the leaves, you spot 3 figures walking along that clear path that Meira set up. And their paladin armor is glinting in the dappled light streaming through the treetops.
But like, I can tell they're losers, right?
No, big time, yeah.
For sure.
One of them looks a bit less like a loser than the other 2, though. And as you get a better look, you can tell that it's Anseal and 2 town guards, higher ranking by the looks of their armor.
I'll have Art and my familiar just kind of like stay low in the tree, like just stop moving, stay in the tree, stealth it up, and then I will come back to my body and I'll turn around and be like, yeah, Anseal's coming. He's less than a mile away.
And I send the 3 pings to everyone's head.
What do you all do when you get the 3 pings?
I'll hide behind a tree and drop my sword.
Harp, your quiver, can I borrow an arrow?
Oh, of course. Here you go.
All right, trust me on this one. And I take one of her arrows, and with like a small like flame in my hand, I run my hand on the sharp part of the arrow, and it has like an embery glow as I cast flame arrow.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I'll replace the arrow into the quiver, and 12 arrows also have that same ignited effect. This might come in handy for you.
Man, how long have you been hiding that one from me? This could work.
I surprise myself sometimes. We probably should hide, though.
Oh, wait. Sheath my sword. Run all the way back over to Kira and Elf Boy and say...
Elwin?
I forgot your Elwin.
That's my bit is forgetting people's names.
We've already got one of those.
Hands in. Wildcats on 3.
Okay.
I cast Bless.
Okay, perfect.
Before you run off, I go, Kadmist, you're going to hide to do like a sneak attack, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My unseen servant steps closer to you, and I reach out like awkwardly, and I put a paw on your shoulder, and I go, Kadmist, you may not be the brightest of us, but you will be the less seen of us.
Oh.
And I cast invisibility on you.
Oh.
So,
where did I go?
So you're invisible for up to...
What did you do to me? What did you do to me, you little reptile?
Kadmist, I turned you invisible. As long as you do not attack anything or cast a spell, you will stay invisible for up to an hour, so you can get yourself into a fun little stabby stab place.
Oh.
If this goes south, I think the blackmail plan will work. He thinks we have the crown. I think this will work out.
I pick up Peck.
Nope. Don't. Put me down.
Look at you can fly. And then I set it down.
Didn't like that at all. That was...
All right, I'm going to go over here.
Did you leave?
No, I'm still here.
Yeah, I thought you might be.
Yeah.
All right, for real, goodbye. And I go back over to that tree.
Okay. So as you're making these preparations, Peck, you're feeling the alarm spells going off as they get closer to you. And,
ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And, you got any more of those? There it is. Okay. So
he's close.
Yeah.
So I am standing right in front of the shack door, just standing on my unseen servant.
Just trying to be as visible as possible, right?
Yeah. Because I'm standing here ready to try and peace talk before we fight.
Okay.
So I'm stood up front, just stood on the back of my unseen servant.
I'm about 10 feet in front of Peck with the quarterstaff out, kind of prepping the stages of a spell to wait to see how Anziel reacts to Peck's kind of warning.
Sweet. A short but tense moment passes while you all wait. And finally, you hear the sound of plate boots coming your way.
When they're about 150 feet away, I'm going to look back at Peck, but just like out of the corner of my eye. Are we going for peace?
In all of my learnings, peace should always be attempted first, unless they're a terrible person. Then, of course, strike first. In this case, we're pretty sure Anziel's evil, right?
If we're pretty sure, then when they hit 120 feet, I'm going to throw erupting earth at them.
Woof.
What if, like, when he gets a little closer, I'll be like, oh, Anziel, and I'll get them distracted. Then you hit them with it when they're a little distracted, a little off kilter.
How far in advance can you get them off kilter?
Oh, Meira. I am very good at getting people off kilter.
Do you want me to start talking to them and then like they not even get to say a word and then you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Anziel. Hello. Oh, no need to come any further than that. I see you've brought 2 of your friends with you.
And at that point, I release erupting earth. So if all 3 of them could please make a dex save, please.
Yeah, I'm on it.
The paladins in their very clanky armor in difficult terrain.
Right? Yeah, let me grab their sheets. You wanted to tell us what it looks like?
A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered at that point. Each creature in the area makes a dex saving throw. It causes a lot of damage. It also blocks their exit.
Sick.
Your DC is 14.
Okay, here we go. First guard gets a natural 1 on the save.
Loser.
The second guard gets a 16.
Less than a loser.
Success.
Anziel gets a 13.
Okay. So Anziel and 1 guard fails. So they take 3d12 bludgeoning or half on a succeed.
Here we go.
Oh, I rolled so bad. Couldn't have rolled worse. On my very good 3rd level spell, I rolled a 10 on 3d12. So Anziel and the guard 1 take the 10, and the other one takes 5 bludgeoning.
Damn. Okay, yeah. I should label these tokens, huh?
Yeah, so I cast this insanely cool spell, and I'm so confident, and the rocks just come up just slightly short, and it's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. But I hold the pose with confidence.
I mean, it looks great.
Ooh. Yeah, that's why I said don't come closer. My bad.
Anziel looks up at you, and like the silver hair you've always seen pulled back so neatly looks a little bedraggled, and he looks furious. And without a word, the 2 guards brush themselves off and just start sprinting towards you.
Oh.
Let's all roll for initiative.
Now are they like T-1000 running towards us?
Yeah, 1 T-1000 and 1 Tom Cruise run.
Oh, yikes.
Just straight backed, knife hand swinging.
I forgot to click my dude.
Son of a bitch.
Where's my sheet?
Oh, it's going so well.
I rolled a real die and it was 11.
Rad. Harp, that's a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, Peck,
I was a 13.
13. Cadmist,
I rolled a 16, then I rolled a 17, and then I rolled a 1.
so 16.
Yes.
Kira.
I rolled 12 first. I updated my number already.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
Oh, I can update my number. I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, if you click on the number, it highlights it and it lets you
Oh.
do it.
I think I deleted it.
You did.
I got it. Hold on.
What did Anziel get?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? First in the order is the guard who failed his save before. Meira, he's charging right at you and taking a swing.
Yeah, that tracks.
He rolls a nat 1.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's maybe a bit overzealous in the swing, and like when you aren't there to collide with the sword, his balance is off. He just stumbles a bit. You know what it is? He has to do a little roll to recover, and in the process, he drops his shield on the ground. So his AC will be reduced until he can grab it. Next up in the order is Harp.
Perfect. So, does Ancio know where everybody is already, or
Nah, just the ones in the open.
No, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark because we really want to make sure we take this guy down.
Can you remind us what it does?
So you choose a creature you can see within range and mystically mark it. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to a target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have advantage on any wisdom, perception, or wisdom survival checks you make to find it. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on and use it on somebody else, basically.
Perfect. Thank you. So like extra damage and improved location in the event of like...
If, like, for whatever reason, he hides behind a bush.
No one would ever hide behind a bush, right, Kadmist?
I'm behind the tree.
I think Hunter's Mark is a bonus action, right?
Oh, it is a bonus action. So I can still smack him.
You can if you want. You're currently in a tree undetected, so you can totally take a shot if you want to.
Cool. Then, you know what? So I'm going to whip out my infamous longbow. And what is the extra damage with the fire? Do we know?
Yeah, so when you grab the arrow, it's like a little warm to the touch, and it's glowing slightly. And you get an extra 1d6 of fire damage on every hit.
All right, so let's see if it hits first. First attack. That is a 19. Does it hit?
Yeah, it hits. Which of the 3 targets are you shooting at?
I'm going straight for Ancio.
Perfect, thanks. Roll damage.
Okay, cool. He's going to get a good old 7, but then I can roll another d6, you said?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that one's fire, so it's
lovely.
All right, so that's a total of 11.
Nice.
But I'm feeling extra spicy. So I'm going to do my extra attack.
Okay.
And I'll hit his bud. Since Meira's already going for one, I'll hit the one that's running.
Yeah, the one that hasn't attacked yet?
Yeah.
Sweet, roll it.
So that was a dirty 20.
Yep, definitely a hit.
We're going to hit him with a 9 plus another d6. So that is a 12 for the guy running.
Damn, all right.
And I want to shoot him in the foot. Am I allowed to dictate that now, or is that too late?
You know what?
I mean, it was a dirty 20.
Yeah, with that roll, you can hit the foot for sure. Let me roll a dex save to see how debilitating it is. Oh, yeah, he misses a step as the arrow slips between the gaps in his armor, but he does keep running. He doesn't like topple or anything.
But he doesn't react and doesn't look upset or anything?
Oh, no, he reacts. Like, it doesn't look good. But to his credit, he does keep running at the group.
Okay.
And the arrow that you hit Ancio with, like, it clearly hits its mark in his side. But the armor, sort of lessened the blow a little bit. And you can see him looking around trying to determine where it came from as he, like, pulls it out and tosses it aside. Kadmist, you're invisible right now. What are you doing?
Okay, I will. I want to angle it in a way I can at least get both of the guys. And I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar at both of the dudes.
Okay.
So as Kadmist comes visible, he'll reach out his hand and he'll speak in like a weird tongue. And they have to make a DC 13 strength save.
Okay, please hold. That's an 8 and a 6.
So that same hand that kind of reached on Kadmist's blade, that's what the hands are going to look like. They kind of come up and grip both of them.
Hell yeah.
And they both take 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until their next turn.
Okay, yes. A bunch of, familiar-looking, unstable, shadowy hands just erupt from the ground, and they grab both of the guards by their feet and their arms and their faces, and they're just, like, pulling on them and, like, rooting them in place. How much damage do they take?
7 damage to necrotic damage to them.
Sweet.
And then on my bonus action, I'm going to look over at Anziel and cast Hexblade Curse at him.
Okay, what does it do?
This one does... where did I lost it? He is cursed for 1 minute. I gain bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals my proficiency bonus. Any attack rolls on a 19 or a 20 critical. If it dies, I get hit points.
Okay. Yeah, you reach one arm out and ensnare the guards and fling the other one towards Anziel, and more of that shifting, shadowy energy flies from you, just wrapping around him and sinking in between the plates of his armor, and it looks metal as fuck.
Ooh, yikes.
Peck, what are you doing?
So I feel like there's only really one thing I can do with my turn. Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna send one of them. One of them got shot, right?
Yeah, Harp shot at guard and Anseal.
Okay, because I can send 2 rays. I'm gonna send one at that one and one at Anseal.
Go for it.
So first Eldritch Blast. That is an 8 plus 7, 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 hits the guard.
Okay. 12 points of damage to that friend.
Yeah, you shoot a crackling bolt of force at him, and it knocks him straight on his ass, and he doesn't get up.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, Anseal, we're good, right?
Are you?
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
11 plus 7, 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Yep.
And we'll call that. Ooh, low roll. 8 points of damage.
Yeah, Anseal's composure is just slowly coming apart. And you can see the anger building as he just barely has time to recover from one hit before taking another.
And then for my bonus action, with my mental link with my familiar, I'm just gonna, Arton, come, fly on your wings. I know. And then I, in my head, I'm like, yeah, if you could just come this way, that'd be great.
Okay, so he's flying towards you then?
Yeah, because he was still back a little bit, so it'll take a round or 2 to get here.
I'm fine with that.
If my familiar was still a mile away, flying at its top fly speed, dashing, would only take it a mere 44 rounds to get here.
You can dismiss it and resummon it.
Now that's thinking with Poros.
Well, I would have to use a spell slot for it. I cast it as a ritual. That way it takes me...
Might be worth it.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
No, it's fine. Let's say that he's been on his way back since he spotted them.
Who did you bless, Tyler? Did you bless all of us?
Oh, wait. I didn't add your +4. I didn't add
You know
bless.
what? I realized I forgot to add my hunter's mark and the blast too. So I blasted them.
Okay.
We're just not good at D&D.
It's fine. We're fine.
What are we looking at guard-wise?
One is still conscious, and it's engaged with Meira.
Okay. I am going to attack that one. I want to start. I want to spend 2 key points and summon my astral arms. They last for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to this guy, the guy engaged with Meira. I don't know if they're engaged. I don't know what she said. Hoping for a yes, though.
It's a little complicated right now.
Yeah, a bit.
And I'm going to attack him with the arms.
Yeah, roll for Puncheroo.
That's an 11. Does that hit?
No, it doesn't quite hit. But his AC is a bit lower than normal because he dropped his shield.
All right. Well, I can make another attack. The +4 is on the damage, isn't it, Tyler? Or is it on the attack?
It is attack rolls or saving throws.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will add a +4. Oh, that's a 1.
12.
So 12. Does 12 hit?
12 is the AC, so roll damage.
Look at that bless coming through.
Thank you, bless. All right. And that is 5 damage.
All right.
And now I'm going to attack again.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13.
Nice.
At 8 damage.
Amazing.
I think that's all I can do.
Yeah, you just pummel this dude.
Nice.
Good pummeling.
Yeah, excellent pummelage. It is his turn now, though. So, after taking a couple of big knocks, he's going to scoop back up his shield, and he's going to disengage and try to scoot back a bit next to where his fallen comrade is. Meira, that makes it your turn.
Great. About how far would you say he is now?
I think both him and Anseal have to be within 30 feet of you. I'm not sure what you're looking for in terms of range, but you could reach either if you wanted to right now, for sure.
All right, let's, for this guard that's by his fallen comrade, let's go for the good old classic of a thorn whip.
All right, let's do it.
19 plus 6 for 25.
Yeah, that'll do.
Let me see, that is 2d6. There's 1, 2, for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, you fling a thorn whip at him, and as you pull it, he just topples to the ground. And Anseal has this quiet rage about him, looking at his fallen paladins and clearly just fuming that they were taken out so easily. And he makes eye contact with you, Meira, and he says, I shouldn't be surprised. I did expect that if things got out of hand, something like this might happen. But, my friends, as you so helpfully reminded me, one can't trust anyone else to do what must be done. And he draws his longsword. And as he does so, something seems to shift about him. And two large ethereal wings appear and unfurl behind him. They're shrouded in this dark mist, and they stretch out to their full length as he rises off the ground. Harp, from up in the tree, you can see an angry, confident smile like growing on Anseal's face. What are you doing?
Okay, so Harp, can I tree hop? Am I like that good?
Only one way to find out.
Make sure you roll that dexterity. Van did, and he fell out a window.
I'll definitely say that the trees are close enough together and that, their branches are like entwined enough that you could try. But yeah, roll like,
Okay.
I don't know, acrobatics or athletics, like something in that vein, but you pick.
Okay, I'm gonna do some acrobatics here. Whoa.
Nice.
Damn
it. Nat 20. Okay, no, but like, we gotta talk about how I hopped into the next tree.
What's the opposite of falling out of a window?
Okay, cool. I'm going to use the longbow again, but this time I'm aiming for his eye.
I mean, roll high.
All right, so here we go. I'm aiming real hard.
Like roll a 20 and it might be in his eye.
No, it's
Almost
an
a
11.
20.
Almost, yeah. I don't know, maybe you're so focused on moving between the trees that you don't quite hit your mark. No.
Of the concept of being horrified at what I see.
Yeah, Anseal looks wild
And
right
then
now.
I'm like, well, I'm gonna jump real good though. So 1 second. So I'm a focus and I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna look and go, you got this. And this time, it's a 16.
Plus that bless.
Plus.
Tag.
Oh my God. Okay, what? 17.
17 also doesn't quite hit. Maybe there's something about him being in the air that's throwing you off, but your arrow flies just wide.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's it. You can't do anything else.
Okay. Kadmist, you're up, and you're actually the closest to Anseal at the moment. And as the moments pass, Anseal looks less and less right. Like there's something so otherworldly about him right now.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to point my sword at him and say, it's time for you to pay for everything you've done. And with my bonus action, I'm going to do a little ditty called Vow of Enmity.
Okay.
So I gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute or until its HP falls to 0.
Rad.
Which I'm sure
Which I'm
is
sure-
close.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be in like 1 or 2 hits.
Surely.
So I just kind of sprint up to the guy and do the old 1-2 punch
Yeah, with the sword?
with the sword. Meaning I hit him with the sword once.
The old 1-1 sword.
The slash.
My bad.
That's something I like to call a 15.
Yeah, you swing at him just a moment too late, and he's just high enough out of your reach.
Fiddlesticks.
Solid Cadmus. Looks up at him. How'd you get up there?
I look at my sword to see if it's broken.
Bend it a little.
No, if anything, it's slightly cooler than when you woke up this morning, actually.
I did polish it before I went to bed.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what he calls it. Kadmist looks straight to camera and wiggles his eyebrows. Peck, that means you're up.
So how far up in the air is his scary boy?
I don't know, 6-7 feet in the air?
So first off, just look around at everyone else. None of you are freaked out about the whole wing thing. Like that's Meira, I've decided evil. So I'm gonna move around, try and get a little closer, so I'm within range, and I'm going to start shouting in Elvin. Oh no, this is so scary, but it isn't, cause you aren't. While also
Okay.
at the same time using my my awakened mind and my actor feat, speaking into Anseal's mind. Ooh, you're such a failure. Your wings don't make you any better. You should just give up. And all of this to cast vicious mockery.
Okay.
So if Anseal could make a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
DC 15.
He got a 17.
Okay. He feels a little sad, but nothing else. With that, I'm going to look up and go, well, that wasn't great,
Anseal, are you sure we need to do this?
Why do I get the feeling that if I start to answer, you're going to interrupt and blast him?
I can't blast him.
Honestly, I don't think he even looks at you. Like, I think he's too focused on Kadmist after dodging the sword swing.
And I don't want to impose on him. For my bonus action, just like, Arden, hurry! I need you. My familiar's going to dash.
Yeah, he's on his way towards you right now.
I can almost see him breaking through the trees.
He's so close. Kira, you're up.
All right. The other guard is still alive, right?
You're not sure, but both guards are collapsed on the ground and haven't moved since getting knocked.
Oh, okay. Rad.
Yeah, Anseal seems to be the main threat right now.
You said he's above.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the air, but he's in melee distance. Like, Kadmist just missed before him. We just added flavor.
Tickle his little toesies.
Toesies are in range if that's what you're into. I don't want to cast any dispersions on Kira or her foot thing or whatever.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give him a little. This little piggy went to market with my astral arms.
Never beating the allegation.
That's a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, good hit.
That is 5 damage, and I'm gonna hit again. That's a 13 plus 1.
14 doesn't hit. No.
That did nothing.
And honestly, even with the attack that does reach, he doesn't seem to flinch, and you kind of are questioning now whether you hit him at all. Meira, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run so that I'm in melee with him, using a bonus action to kind of like shake up the herbs on the top of the quarterstaff to cast Shillelagh, and I'm just gonna swing up and pinata him out of the
For sure.
sky.
Roll an attack.
Yeah, that is 16 plus 6.
Yeah, 22 hits for sure.
Amazing. So that is a D8. That will be 7 damage.
Yeah, just like for Kira, he doesn't really react to the hit, and something is definitely off about how it feels to hit him.
Did it feel solid or no? Like, did it give the same
Now that
way?
you mention it, no, not really. Like, not in the way you'd expect.
Okay. Well, that's my whole turn.
Okay, so Anseal quickly rises up a bit further into the air, and then he tucks his wings in tightly, and he just slams down into the ground. And this wave of viscous, dark energy ripples outwards from him. It looks like everyone except for Harp, since she's in the tree. Roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. Oh no.
10.
8.
11.
4.
Oh my
I'm
god.
plus 0.
Let me just grab a fuckload of dice. Hold on.
No.
I feel like we should worry
What
about
kind of damage is this?
It'll be both thunder and necrotic damage.
Oh,
Yikes.
Jesus
Poopy.
Christ. Hey, off topic, but what are all your hit point totals? Asking for a friend.
32.
54.
36.
43.
Oh, very cool.
What's the damage, Cory?
Everyone besides Harp, you take 26 combined thunder and necrotic damage as this dark wave of energy crashes into you. And you can feel it clinging to your bones, this aching, rancid feeling.
As that happens, super, the black necrotic blood coming from her eyes, I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke, so can you please do a dex save?
Hell yeah, coming up.
How did he send out this damage? Were they in missile form?
As written, it says, you strike the ground, creating a burst of divine energy that ripples outwards from you. So I think.
So do they come out looking like arrows?
Oh. I see.
You gonna catch him?
No, you can't use missile snaring on the energy wave, but I love where your head's at. He rolls a 7 on deck.
That is a failure because the DC is 13. So
Awesome.
he takes full fire damage. So that is 2, 6 and 8 is 13, question mark? 14.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Sure, he takes 14 fire damage, and as it shoots out at him, it spirals back around Meira and kind of encircles her at her heels and is licking up her legs.
Okay, yeah, you hurl your flame at him, and it definitely makes contact, but it's odd. The flame that it leaves behind on his cloak feels like the tiniest bit of a delayed reaction. Your flames were already starting to recede back to you before his clothes caught and ignited.
Peck falls to the ground.
Yeah, sure enough.
Can I get a death sound from Peck?
Well, it's not a death sound.
No, he
it's
just-
because my unseen servant died.
Yeah, it's just a total collapse.
So my unseen servant poofs and Peck does one of those Looney Tune bits where like I'm in the air and I'm like looking around, and then much too late the wings start flapping, and then I just and I hit the ground. It's only like 5 feet, and I look up and I go, ooh, that's not great. Do the rest of us catch this flame taking too long?
Yeah, I think everybody clocks that one, actually. Like, you've all seen things catch on fire, but this was weird.
I have my hand up to also Hellish Rebuke, and then I just kind of drop it back down. Using my Spirit of the Fox mask as my unseen servant disappears below me, I am going to use my reaction to Uncanny Dodge and half this damage.
Oh, hell yeah, perfect.
So as I fall to the ground, I kind of like roll out of it and come up with my wings spread out, all Spyro-esque, and then the wind kind of takes me and I kind of stumble at the end.
Okay, yeah, that's cute. I like it. Meira, roll a Constitution save to keep your concentration on the flame arrows for Harp. DC is, I think, half the damage you took.
So I would have to roll. I took 26. I have to roll a Constitution over 13.
13, yeah.
Which I am not great at.
Best of luck.
Hard of the cards.
13 exactly.
Okay, you keep your concentration, and Harp's arrows remain rad as fuck.
They remain pretty lit.
No,
Ooh.
didn't like that.
Harp, you were safe from the blast up in the tree. What are you doing now?
All right. Okay. So I'm going to go for it again. And does a 23 hit?
Yep, 23 on the longbow hits.
Okay, cool. Nailed it. And then, so that's an 11. And then now we're going to add the juice to it. We're going to add the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So that's a 2. And then fire was D6.
Yeah, D6.
Nice.
Some solid damage
It's a
there.
1. So like,
It could be
this was
worse.
supposed to be-
It could be worse.
Yeah? Could it, Chandler? Could it be lower than a 1 on a D6? But it actually is like good that you use this flaming arrow because you hit your target perfectly in his chest. And again, Anseal doesn't really react, like even as the arrow sticks out of him. But you notice something. There's like a smoldering light embedded into the ground. That's your arrow. It's like on the ground, just past him where it would have landed if he wasn't there to get hit. But it's also in his arm.
He's evil.
I yell out at them like, we're not even shooting him. We're shooting something else.
He's right here. What do you mean?
Look at the arrow.
It's in his chest.
No, look down.
That's the ground.
Kadmist, you've got this, buddy.
I got this. Hold on.
Kadmist is notoriously our high intelligence character.
Obviously.
Bronze, no brain.
Do you use your second attack or take any bonus action?
I'm trying to think of what I'd like to do. So, okay. Can I use, because I know terrain, can I look at the floor and see any like indention in bushes? Do you see what I'm saying? Like foliage parted. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're looking to see if you went somewhere else.
Yeah, by using the terrain, basically.
Totally. From way up here, let's call it a perception check.
Perception and grace.
The nat 20. I got good eyes.
You really do. You quickly scan the surrounding area, paying extra attention to the forest floor. And wouldn't you know it, you notice this sort of like push through section of overgrowth, like somebody made their way through it recently. And you know it wasn't any of you.
All right, I'm gonna shoot where I see that the brush being moved.
Yeah, roll to hit. Let's see.
Well, to hit, I probably can't see him anyway, so it's a 10. So I blindly
Plus.
shoot in that direction.
Yeah, you do manage to hit exactly the spot you're looking at, but there's nothing there, like no rustling in the leaves or anything.
I don't think I hit him, but he's definitely there. Don't look over here. I know it looks real spooky.
Where your arrow is.
Where the other arrow is.
Kadmist, you hear this warning from Harp, and you're pretty close to where her second arrow just landed. What are you up to?
I'm looking at the arrow, Harp. I found what you were talking about.
Okay, well, he's definitely in that zone. So you're just, I don't know, swing the sword.
I swing my sword at the arrow on the ground.
Okay, roll an attack.
25.
Oh shit, yeah. You actually make contact with something. It's the arrow.
I got it, Harp. I give her a thumbs up.
Kadmist is indeed our hero.
Truly the wisest among us. Is that all you do on your turn?
I'll make a check to see where he is,
Okay.
if I can see what Harp's talking about.
Let's call it an investigation check to peep your surroundings.
-1.
Kadmist, just start spinning in a circle while you walk with your sword out. You're bound to hit something.
The perfect plan.
That's a 9.
Yeah, honestly, Kadmist, you're not even super sure what you're looking for over here. Like, he's still behind you with the big wings.
Oh, you know what I could have done? I'm an idiot. It's fine.
I was wondering when
I
it
could have
clicked.
divine sense.
I mean,
man.
Go ahead. I can fix it in the edit.
No.
You prefer the bit?
Yeah.
I'm honestly safe. Peck, I think it's you then.
So can I want to kind of get a little closer to where I saw that arrow hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go wild and crazy here.
Okay.
I would like to detect magic.
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Spicy.
So within 30 feet, if he's got anything magical on him,
Yeah.
it should give me a bling.
Yeah. You dart over to where you saw Harp shoot that arrow into the underbrush, and you open yourself to magical auras, looking for any trace of like.
For something I can't see.
Yeah, and kind of on your periphery, the first thing you notice is this rich indigo aura in the corner of your vision. There's a lot of illusion magic covering winged anseal.
Yeah.
And closer to you, like slightly smaller and completely still, you notice a faint wisp of indigo in the bushes just a ways off from you.
So I'm going to turn to the group and I'm going to, point of order, I am standing on the ground. So I am the size of a house cat. And I point up at the one and I go, everyone.
Peck's face just pokes through the overgrowth at you all, like, hey! Like it's all taller than him.
Exactly. Just like, climb up a little. It's an illusion. Don't worry about it. Anseal's right here. And I have a singular bonus action. So what I'm going to do, if you will allow me for my bonus action, I reach into my bag of holding, and I pull from, because it's been set up that I do cartography. So I would like to pull out a small little bottle of ink,
right?
And I just want to sing that line out. Take this ink. Hope this works. And I toss it into the air as my familiar comes in
Absolutely.
and grabs it and drops it on his face.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually so perfect. This was the turn he comes back on, so I love that. Take a point of inspiration, actually. An identical copy of Peck soars in. It's just another Peck. Like,
Yeah, it looks exactly like me. It just looks like a second Peck flies in.
Peck alley-oops the ink bottle to himself, and his familiar dumps it like perfectly where you saw the illusory magic. And you can see like the contours of the side of a face and like a broad pauldron and a bit of an arm splashed with this dark ink. It doesn't move right away, but you're aware of the presence of this other figure in the bushes now. Kira, what are you doing?
I am going to.
How is Kira looking, by the way? I think she's the worst off, question mark.
I have 10 HP left.
Okay, yeah, you're doing worse than I am.
I'm going to. Kira's going to walk. Well, Kira's going to run over to Meira, who I don't think is very far away. I might be standing right next to you.
I think we're side by side at this point.
Okay. I'm going to reach into my pouch, pull out a 4-leaf clover, hand it to her, and say, "Trust me." And then she's going to run towards Anseal, shouting at everyone else, telling them to get back as far as they can.
When it's my turn, I will.
Can I take some slight narrative liberty here, even though it's slightly out of turn order? Because my only action was going to be a Cure Wounds on Kira at a level 2. So when Kira hands me the clover and we make that like hand-to-hand contact, can I cast that spell as my action so you can go off and do whatever you want?
It's definitely fine with me.
Is that cool with you, Casey?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So the flames that are surrounding Meira kind of like wrap up her arm and over to Kira's. And instead of burning, it just like this warmth that takes over. And it is going to be at 2nd level. So it is 2d8 plus 3, which is an 8 and a 7.
Ooh.
So not too bad. 15 plus 3, so 18 health to Kira.
Hell yeah.
All right, back to looking good.
And then do whatever you want.
Fly.
Run from there.
Okay. As she's running, she's saying, "Remember what we talked about? Do not hurt anyone else around me except for that bastard that is floating above us." and she's going to let her guard down and let Cad take over.
Was that a verbal, or was that in your head when you said that?
That was to herself.
But like out loud?
No, she's whispered it.
Even if it's okay.
Did you want to correct the flying part?
No. I just wanted to as Kira's running past, just hear that go, what? I'm sorry, what?
Okay, what's the change like?
You don't notice any physical change. You just notice that Kira holds herself differently now. So instead of like graceful and kind of floaty, she's more rigid, and she seems to stand up taller. She's not any taller than she actually is, but she seems to hold herself like
the T-1000.
Yeah. And as soon as Cad fully takes over, he's gonna rage.
Hell yeah, let's go.
And since he's past level 3, he can spell rage.
Yes.
So I can cast spells while I'm raging. And he's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Let's go.
I'm gonna cast it as a level 3 spell
Where do you want to cast it?
on Anseal.
Where do you want to cast it?
The floaties?
The other one, the paint one.
Okay, just making sure.
I painted the 9th so that way you could, light it up.
Okay.
It's a DC 11 Constitution save. Anseal and anyone within a 15-foot cube, which is why I told you all to run.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens when your familiar takes damage, Peck?
Dead.
Well, I mean, they can just take, if they take enough damage, they just despawn.
Yeah. Also, how did this whole alley-oop maneuver go down? Because I presume he kind of
Would have come in and just kind of dropped it on it. Would have been like swooping up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's say he's out of the 15 feet then.
Yeah.
Let me roll for Anseal though. That is a 15.
So you take half of 21.
Sounds good. Then it is Anseal's turn. Peck, as the thunder wave erupts on the ink-stained figure, that indigo aura it vanishes. And at the same time, so does the winged Anseal.
Ooh.
And the real Anseal, now visible, just ink on the side of his face, rage in his eyes. He starts closing the distance between you two. And he reaches past his sword to this smaller sheath, and he pulls out a blade, like a dagger-sized
Oh, no, Anseal, no, it's fine. Remember, it wasn't. No, you're fine. I'm sorry about the ink.
He brandishes this obsidian dark blade, and with a wild look in his eye, he lunges at you. That's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
All right. He swipes at you with this crooked dark blade, and he slashes across your scales, cutting you deep on your back. You take 4 damage, plus
30.
4 damage from the blade, and 7 damage immediately afterwards as this just awful feeling seeps into your body. Like, the cut is bad, but the feeling that follows is far worse. You begin to feel weak and drained and just wrong.
So as he cuts through me, I lift my hand and I go, but it's you this time. And then I Hellish Rebuke.
Oh yeah, Dex save?
Dex save 15.
All right, that's a 19 plus 2, 21.
All right, so we'll take half damage.
Awesome, roll it.
Let's see. 6. So 16 damage, total halved. Takes 8 fire damage.
Okay, you hurl fire at him, and it looks like it should this time. Like, it definitely hits him. But as the magic leaves your claw, that weak feeling is just permeating your body. How many spell slots do you have left?
0.
Amazing.
Only have 2. That was my last one.
And as he staggers backwards after being hit with the flame, your eye catches the dagger that he cut you with, and you see your blood lingering on the blade. Your detect magic is still active, right? Or, well, I guess roll to see if you kept the
How much damage did you
concentration.
take? I rolled a natural 18. I took 11. Yeah, so my detect magic is still up.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So you blast him, and as he staggers, you notice an inky dark aura rising from the dagger in his hand, and you swear you see a hint of runes on the hilt of it between his fingers.
Ooh, fun.
Harp, you're up.
Okay. Harp is she's going to finally hop out of that tree.
Okay.
So what I want to do is, the reason I'm getting lower is so I can get better, a little closer to him. And I want to shoot the hand with the dagger.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can knock it out. because I saw he clearly stabbed my friend, so I want to like get that away from him.
Yeah.
Is the goal. So I'm gonna go for my classic longbow here.
Okay.
+4.
Oh, yeah, add your bless.
That was a 15 plus a plus a 3.
Nice. Yeah, that hits. I'm trying to think how we can determine if you shoot like precisely enough to disarm him.
Do you want me to just roll a straight d20? to see
Yeah,
if
that's what I was
hit?
thinking too. Like from this distance, let's call it a DC 15.
It would be, I got an 11.
Okay. I'd say that you're really close, but you hit him in like the forearm, like just a little bit off.
Can I hit his funny bone just to be an asshole then?
Yeah, you hit him in the funny bone. His hand feels like TV static.
Good. And I laugh.
Okay, roll damage.
Oh wait, let me go back.
Oh, you already did.
It's technically a 9.
9, yeah.
Now that he's got static arm and I did my evil laugh, I'm gonna do it again
Okay.
because I'm annoyed that I didn't hit his hand.
Yeah, roll an attack.
Yeah, let's check that out. Hell yeah.
Yeah, 24 definitely hits.
And then
Roll damage and then a d20 for that accuracy again.
and it's 15 damage if, let's see, regular d20.
DC 15, by the way.
Wow. All right, it's just a 4.
Oof, okay. I mean, you definitely hit him and you do that damage, but you don't disarm him.
Okay.
I think that makes it Kadmist's turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So Kadmist is going to move to position himself in between Anseal and Peck.
Okay.
And while he's kind of like in a defending position, he's going to reach down and touch little kitty cat-sized Peck and dump 20 healing points of lay on hands onto him.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, ow, that stings, but thank you. Said it was 20.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
And then I put myself in defense mode and end my turn.
Okay. Peck.
So I look up to Anseal. Can I still see like the blood, like just kind of like on the blade?
Yeah, you definitely can.
Anseal, just so you know, that blood's worth a pretty penny. And then
true.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
First one is natural 17 plus some stuff plus 7, 17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And the second one is a 13 plus 7 plus 4, so total of 21.
Yep, both hit.
Get blasted on, little loser.
Sorry, get blasted on.
And anyways, I started blasting.
So that is a 6 and a 4 plus my plus. So that is a total of 18 damage to Anseal's face.
Okay. Your blast strike him. Just a bam, bam, one in the chest, one in the face. And it clearly hurts. Like Anseal's ears are ringing from the concussive force of it. And he stumbles backwards a bit, grabbing his jaw. And you see your blood on his dagger start running up the blade. Like it's being absorbed into it. And Anseal just looks at you full of this icy rage, and you watch the singe marks you just left across his face start to slowly clear up. He takes half damage from your blast.
Anseal, you suck. I don't really say that. I keep that in mind.
I say that.
As a bonus action, just for the sake of it, inside Anseal's mind, with my awakened mind with my actor feat again, I come back in as Bahal and go, your little trick worked very well, don't you think? You think you are deserving of being a follower of Bahal, do you? Just kind of stand there like, what happened?
That's weird. Did you hear that too?
Did you? Was that you?
Is this vicious mockery or
No,
or
this is just flavor, just to screw with him.
Okay.
Just from the readings of the text being a lot, he's doing some sort of blood stuff. I might be following Paul. I don't know, just trying to mess with him, trying to get him off his guard.
Okay, yeah, you see him react like he's hearing it, but he's still like intently focused on you, just gripping his hurt jaw. Kira, what are you doing?
I am going to attempt Witch Bolt again.
Rad.
18.
Nice.
Oh, nope, sorry, 14.
Not nice.
I'm going to use my extra attack to thwack him with my quarterstaff two-handed.
You go for it.
And 12.
12 does not hit either, unfortunately.
All right, that's all I can do.
All right, Meira.
I am going to, holding on to the clover, I tuck it away and then just make as direct of eye contact as I can with Anseal as I slowly morph into the O2 familiar panther form.
Sick.
That's my whole turn.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It takes a full action because I'm not one of the fancy druids.
I mean, it's still kind of fancy.
Look at the cat.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, so Anseal is pissed that he got hit, and he's pissed that Kadmist healed Peck. So he's going to lunge at Kadmist with the dagger now.
More like Kadmist knife bringer, because the knife's coming for you now.
Thanks. Thanks for the reaction, everyone.
That's 21 to hit, Tyler.
That hits.
Yeah, and as he dives towards you, like both his hands on the hilt, you notice that the blade is clean. Like there's no trace of Peck's blood
I
left.
think I might die.
And he plunges the obsidian blade into your skin. And as it pulls away from you, it's like there's more blood clinging to the blade than you'd expect.
That's my blood.
And just like with Peck, you almost feel worse as it exits. You still have spell slots left, yeah?
Yes.
All right, as he pulls the blade away, you feel a whole bunch of energy leave you with it.
Great.
And you lose one of your lowest level spell slots that you still have available. Like you can mark it as used.
I only have first level spells.
Okay, you lose one first level slot. And let me roll damage.
Damage.
You take 15 points of damage from the blade.
15.
And this inky blackness rushes towards your wound. I need you to make a constitution save, please.
That's a 1.
Nat 1, okay. You take an extra 4d8 damage on this effect.
No.
Here we go. 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus,
Big yikes.
plus 8, 27 damage?
Okay. As that happens, Kadmist like jerks back and like falls down to the ground and collapses unconscious.
Okay.
And then his body shakes, his eyes reopen, and he starts to like grit his teeth, and he stands back up with 1 hit point.
Hell yes.
I just look out
That
at him.
is the half-orc racial trait called Relentless Endurance. When you are reduced to 0 hit points, you can drop to 1 instead.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you collapse. Anseal has this like crazed, confident look in his eye, but you start to get up, and he's like losing it. He's furious. You've never heard him scream like this before. Like he just shrieks, "Enough!" And he slams his fist into the ground, and another one of those like big dark eruptions ripple outwards from him. Everyone within 30 feet, make a con save.
My con is worse as a panther.
I got a 4
Oops, wrong
plus 0.
I got a 13.
You all get +4 because this is a saving throw.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
bless it up. It's not going to help.
5.
13.
13.
Nope, 12. Sorry, 12.
That's a 17 now.
I got a 7. So much better than a 4.
Okay. So Harp saves and takes half damage. Everyone else will take the full damage here
Are you about to hit us with that TPK?
He's been charging it up.
for like 17 episodes.
He's almost to limit break.
Okay, please hold. You all take
6,000 points of damage.
21 points of damage as this dark wave crashes over you.
It's not so frightening.
I turn to Kadmist and I go, "You're still good."
Kadmist falls on his knee. He kind of tries to hold himself up with the sword and passes out.
Meira just finishes his transformation and is like just knocked over into almost a roll and just rolls out as herself again, covered in like ickery blood. Not looking good.
I'm not doing great. I'm here.
Kelly, that means Harp takes 10 damage, and it's your turn. What do you do?
At this point, she sees that Kadmist is down. She sees that Meira doesn't look great. Neither does Peck. How does Kira look?
Real bloody.
Samesies.
All her friends are not looking great. So there is a fleeting moment where she remembers all those areas to kind of just run off to. And I mean, she's got it like pinned in her mind of like, this is it.
Yeah, she like knows all of her exit strategies.
Yeah, she's like, well, you've done this before. When it all goes to shit, you just go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think she feels really bad. These are her like new friends, and this is like, you know, they've gotten this far. So now it's not even like a logical attack. This is just her pissed. So she kind of like rolls that spear out from behind and like she charges at him.
Oh shit, okay.
It's just this pissed off charge. So let's see if I can hit him.
Yeah, roll it.
So I just run at him and I must be really angry and blind because that's a 6.
Stab Kadmist's unconscious body.
Anziel hears you coming and he blocks your charge with a big plate armored arm. What do you do?
Then I just kind of imagine, I mean, you can narrate this, but I just imagine he just like grabbed that spear in his hand and then I just like whip out the dagger.
Yes.
And like try to gut him.
Okay, yeah. Like he brings his arm up to deflect your spear and like quickly he like grabs it to pull you close, like readying his blade. But you're faster than him and you pull yours first. Roll an attack.
Woo!
Yeah, well, it's a 21, so I hit
Hell
him.
yeah, you do. Let's go.
So it is 6, but we add 1d6 because of the hunter's mark.
Yes.
So that should still roll in.
Nice.
6 again, so it's a 12.
Nice.
So I'm trying to gut Anziel.
So you're going up from like underneath, like at his stomach?
Yeah, I think it's like now this like slightly barbaric, desperate thing of like, I'm going to try to slice your stomach open somehow.
Yeah, you two are like locked in this grapple and he yanks on your spear to close the distance and you use that opportunity to like wedge your blade between the plates of his armor. And his angry confidence drops and he like sputters a cough, just like looking down at it, confused, like bewildered that you could hurt him. Do you do anything else on this turn?
No, I think I'm out of cool moves.
But it was rad as hell. Kadmist, that means it is time to make a death saving throw.
It's just a d20, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really haven't done a lot of these in this campaign, have we?
Yeet. 14, I think that's a success.
It is, yeah.
Not dead yet.
When Kadmist passed out, that aura that was kind of enveloping Anziel fades.
Yeah, your vow of enmity.
As does our bless.
Oh, yeah, sure enough.
Oh yeah, Bless also faded.
It's going great. Elwin, you're up.
So Elwin, the thoughts running through Elwin's head, similar to Harp's, Elwin's ready to get out of here.
Yeah, I believe that.
He's ready to go. So Elwin turns and misty steps until he realizes he's out of spell slots and cannot misty step. So he turns back, sees Anziel standing above him, Harp just stabbing into him, Kadmist laying down bloodied on the ground, Meira laying and turns around and goes, Moira, I know we said we could really use some help. And then I will, got nothing better to do. So, you know, just gotta slip in those Eldritch blasts right up in his face.
Yeah.
That one of them is a 17 to hit, the other is a 10 to hit.
Oh, okay.
I imagine Elwin's like backing off and like shooting them and they're just going nowhere.
Absolutely.
As like blood is like dripping down his back from that wound.
Yeah.
He just kind of pulls to the floor. And then Elwin is going to call out to Arden in their mind link and go, take the rocks, deliver them in Port Crescent, drop them everywhere, make sure Denor knows. And then Arden, you just see them take off.
Yeah, Arden nods and he takes the fuck off immediately. Casey, that makes it Cad's turn.
I am no longer raging.
Yeah.
I'm going to again try to cast Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Third time's the charm.
Nope.
Third time's not the charm.
That's an 8. But I can attack again, so I'm going to reckless attack with my quarterstaff two-handed.
Sweet.
And I'm rolling at advantage. 16.
16 doesn't quite hit.
Nope. And attack rolls against me on the next turn have advantage.
All right, then Meira, it's up to you.
All right, at this point, her eyes are kind of like obstructed. And so she's flashing back between what she sees right here, which is Kadmist on the ground and her friends not doing well, and flashing back to the fight and seeing Hildry on the ground. And she's just going to muster every bit of energy she can spare and scream the loudest she's ever screamed. And I would like to use mana burn.
Yes.
I would like to use 3 points of mana burn.
Fuck.
To pull my hand up, and as I scream the loudest of screams, pull down and call lightning right on Anseal.
Oh my god. Okay. Is it a save or like
He
a
needs
ranged?
to do a dex save. Yeah,
Okay,
dex 14.
All right. Here we go. That's a 13.
Okay.
Meira, roll damage.
That's 2, 10, 2, so 14 lightning damage as Meira just falls to her knees. I think there's some kind of level of exhaustion.
Yeah, Meira, you don't think, you just act, right? Like, you know you don't have it in you to cast this spell, but you just don't care. And you scream out and try to summon up this lightning anyway. And you can like feel your desperation manifest into like a crackling static. And then sure enough, lightning just explodes in past the tree canopy and slams into Anseal. And if you weren't like so focused right now, you'd probably be a bit scared of like the raw power behind it. Like you can smell it as it rips the air molecules apart. It's like chlorine, like ozone. And you're rapidly burning fuel that you just don't have. And Meira, it hurts. Roll let's call it a D20 of damage for how much it'll take out of you.
Oh, what D20? All right, we're gonna use the. No, this one's cool. This is like necrotic-y looking. We're gonna use that.
It's a big choice to make.
Okay. That is a 14.
Oh,
I'm out.
okay. Harp, you managed to break free of him just before the lightning hits him. And it looks brutal. Like he's dazed and he's all singed all over and steam is like pouring out of his armor. And he's swinging wildly at you with the dagger, just like lunging blindly, hair in his face. Like he's really fucked up. He rolls a 10. Tell me how you dodge.
Oh, I'm thinking Harp uses her changeling ability to turn into a child. So she shrinks quickly. And that's how I dodge the dagger.
He swings at your face, but suddenly it's just much lower than before. He makes a second quick swipe, just trying to readjust to the smaller, blurry shape in front of him. 19 to hit.
Whoa.
He swings it downwards and hits you in the upper shoulder, and does.
You just stabbed a child. I want everybody to know.
It's not funny.
No, it's really not. Harp, it feels horrific. Like your energy is just being ripped from the wound. What is the lowest spell slot that you still have available right now?
1.
Okay, yeah. First level spell slot is siphoned away, and you can feel the magic leaving you. Let me roll.
Damn, that wasn't even damage.
Yeah. That's a 15 damage, Harp.
If that's 15, then I'm at 3.
Wow, all right.
He stabbed the shit out of me.
He did. Kadmist, hit us with another death saving throw.
Rolling. That's a critical one.
Okay. You take 2 losses on your death save.
2 failures.
You dead.
No,
No, I
he's
still got one more.
yeah, he's got 1 success and 2 out of the 3 failures so far.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a best of 3, isn't it?
no, it's like
it's 3 of each.
yeah, you need 3 saves to stabilize or 3 fails to die, whichever comes first.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was best of 3.
But someone can heal or stabilize him on their turn too.
Yeah,
so.
if someone heals me, I'll be fine. You just have to heal me.
If only the 2 healers weren't currently down.
Yeah, man,
It's
it's fine.
fine. Peck, it's all you.
Oh, gosh. I'm gonna look back at the Anseal, look at everyone dead around me. I'm gonna look over to Kadmist. I'm gonna go, I'm sorry, buddy. This isn't for me, and I'm going to use my action to disengage. And I am just I'm just gonna start moving my way back, and I'm just gonna turn at everyone, kind of freeze up for a second, and then just take off away. But I cannot fly. I do not have my unseen servant, but Elwin is in fight or flight, and with everyone going down around him, he has chosen flight.
Yeah.
Not literally.
But not literally, you're right.
In the figurative sense.
More in the figurative sense. Yeah, that's true.
Well, let us remember what the very last thing Kadmist did before he went down. He chose to defend Peck, heal him, and stand over you in protection, get struck down, and then you go, ooh, sorry, buddy. And then run away.
Sounds about right.
So it makes it about 30 feet away.
Okay. Sure, yeah. Okay, so it's at this point in the turn order that you hear the door fly open behind you. And you hear Meira shout something arcane, and then like 3 magic missiles flying through the air. And as you're running, you turn to see them just slam into Anseal one after another. And his gaze snaps angrily to her, just like sprinting up into the fray. And she's holding up a wand like yours, Peck.
As I see Meira come out and I'm running, I go, Meira, it's not worth it. Run, flee.
She gets close to the others, and you see her reach into her bag for something, and then she freezes for a moment. And you can see her mouth the word shit, like as she realizes whatever she was looking for isn't there.
Yeah, the 2 cure wounds that we have.
Yeah, she already passed them along to you. She doesn't have them. Casey, it's Cad's turn.
I'm going to rage again, and now I have no more spell slots. Burned all of them.
Yeah.
So Cad is like rage, like sees red and nothing else rage. And he's going to just run at Anseal and reckless attack with the quarterstaff.
All right, hit it.
That's a 12. And that obviously does not hit. So he's going to attack again. Quarterstaff 14 still doesn't hit, but he does not care. He's just going to keep wailing on him and just beating the shit out of him with that quarterstaff.
Yeah, in your rage, you just keep fucking swinging. And Anseal's like blocking and parrying with his armored arms and the dagger, just fury in his eyes. Your quarterstaff is like starting to like splinter at the edges with each hit you land, but he's protecting himself well. Meira, it's your turn. Roll a death save.
19.
Nice. Anseal is like splitting his focus between Kira's blows and Meira, who just pummeled him with magic missiles. And he reaches out his hand towards her. And in like an instant, Peck, like as you're calling to her to run, you see her freeze up. And her eyes kind of glaze over a bit. And you can tell he's in her mind with whatever spell he's casting. And she, tightens her grip on her wand and she raises it up. Anseal casts Enemies Abound on her, so she's unable to distinguish friend from foe. I'm going to roll to randomize who she targets with her attacks. It is Cad, and that's an 18 to hit.
18 is my AC.
Yeah, you're just wailing on Anseal with Kira's quarterstaff, and suddenly you take 8 damage. You're just rocked with 3 magical bolts that slam into your side and your face.
Would you say 8?
Yeah.
0. I am down.
Okay. Then Harp, it's time to choose.
Okay.
Fight or flight.
So I'm short now.
Hey, you got on the short list.
Yeah, congrats.
I'm gonna crawl between his legs.
Child with a knife just wriggling on the ground.
Exactly. I look like Chucky right now. I want this child to look like Chucky for sure.
Thanks, I hate it.
Anyway, so can I get between? I'm like short enough to get like between his legs or around him or whatever.
Sure, why not?
All right, cool. So I'm gonna grab my dagger and I'm gonna try to slice his ankle.
Okay.
Like a crazy person. That's a 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Perfect. So I slice his ankle.
Did you go for the Achilles? The Achilles, 9 out of 10 people, the Achilles heel is their weakness.
Okay.
Might kill him.
It was 4 and then 9 for the first ankle.
Okay.
And then on that second one, an 18.
18 hits, yeah.
Cool. So this is the second ankle, and I'm slicing, and I look like Chucky, so it's an even better image right now.
Yeah, and I totally don't hate that you're about to kill my boss while you look like that at all.
And second slice, not as cool, but I hit him, but it's 7.
Hell yeah.
Points of piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, you slide under him and stab his ankles, I guess.
Also, you know what? Just to add some spicy flair, I'd like to think that like the child portion of this like Chucky thing was like just getting around him. But I think like as some like mental inspiration, she looks like her mentor for like a hot second. She does the whole Kenku look.
Okay, yeah, like you're emotionally compromised. You can't like hold your form as well, just flipping through them a bunch.
The forms are kind of just like being inspired by like what's going on, right? So like this is the shit that she should have been taught, actually. I think there's like some slight disappointment there, you know what I mean? Like I said in the past, she's been taught to like try to be good, kind of, to get away from that life, even though that's the only life they were going to live. And so like a little
she didn't choose that
there.
life, you know?
Yeah, I didn't choose that life. Rogue life chose me.
Of course. I loved that. Please take an inspiration for that. Kadmist, this could very well be it, my guy.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Becca's posture is like so tense right now.
Okay, wait. 18.
All right.
So I'm 2 failures, 2 saves.
Hell yeah. All right. So the next roll decides it unless someone can intervene. And speaking of the friends who could save you, Peck just ran 30 feet away. And you saw Meira blast Cad with her wand.
I see that. I see Harp still trying, and I let loose 2 Eldritch Blasts as I'm continuing to move away.
All right, roll it.
A 4 plus 7, that's an 11 to hit, and a 16 to hit.
Okay.
I'm going to use my point of inspiration to give me advantage on the other.
Please do.
That is a 15 plus 7, 22 to hit.
Yes, much better.
That is 6 points of damage.
All right, yeah, your aim is great, but it doesn't seem to hit him as hard as you think it will. It's almost like against your will, your punches are being pulled a little bit when you attack him ever since you got stabbed. Like you can feel the pain in the wound flare up when you shoot your magic at him. But you're still moving quickly.
And my movement speed only 15 feet, fun fact.
Oh.
So now I am 30 feet away.
Now you're 30 feet away.
Yep. I think I kind of like collapse as I'm running too. Like just from that, every time it hits in that part.
Yeah, the wound feels so unnaturally bad when your magic collides with him. Meira raises her wand again. Her eyes all just clouded over and she's squinting. It's a 12 to hit. Let me roll to see who the target will be. Okay, Peck, that's you.
Oh, is she coming at me?
Yeah, man.
That is my AC.
Oof.
All right. 3 magic missiles slam into your back as you're running away. That's a 4, 2, and another 2. So 8 damage as the flares like zip across the clearing and find you. What does that put you at?
I would like to imagine as Peck is running, it hits him right where that stab wound is, and he just collapses, all 4 legs spread, wings out, kind of rolling in on themselves, and Peck is unconscious.
Oh, shit.
What does he think?
The final thought in Elwin's Peck's head before unconsciousness takes him: I shouldn't have done this. This was a bad idea.
By this, he means team up with these losers.
It's abandoned Kadmist is what he shouldn't have done.
Casey, roll a death save for Kira and or Cad.
19.
Perfect. Cool. Meira, you as well, please.
2.
Okay, what is that? 1 and 1?
1 and 1.
Could be worse, I guess. All right. So Anseal is like howling at the slices you gave him, Harp. And I think he's so frustrated that he just swings at Meira. She's a bigger target than you are right now. And he rolls a 22 to hit her. And like we've established this, she's really not a fighter. She only has a few HP. Like I want to be clear that like the undead before did have the stats to take her off the board.
Yikes.
So I don't know. Cross your fingers while I roll.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
15 damage with the blade. And you see her eyes go back to normal with the impact. Like the spell that was on her is broken suddenly. And like the glassy look is replaced with this sharp pain. And this inky darkness flows down the blade into her skin. And I'm going to roll a con save for her. 4 is not going to do it. She's going to take 4d8 damage. So 3. And then 7. 6. And another 6. So 10 plus 12, 22 damage.
Oh.
Anseal pulls the blade out, and her blood runs up the blade, disappearing into the hilt. And Moira sways a moment, and she kind of looks at you in the distance over his shoulder, Harp. And her eyelids sort of flutter and close, and she collapses. But Harp, you're still up. You're in a ton of pain, but clearly so is Anseal. It is literally up to you right now. What do you do?
This is it. I want to wrestle the dagger.
Okay. Let's each roll strength to see if you can disarm it and take
Hell
it.
yeah. I am not strong. Yeah, but you know what? This is desperate time.
Yeah, it's literally now or never.
Hey, that's a 19.
Oh, that's really good. He got a 14. So you wrestle the dagger from his hand, and you notice it's clean, even though it was just buried in Moira's side. And there's this very specific heft to it now that it's in your hand. You can feel liquid in it, sloshing around in the rune-covered hilt.
Oh.
And you're positive that that's where everyone's blood has gone. Let's call that a bonus action to take it from him.
Okay.
So you still have an action to take.
Okay, so then I'm going to stab him in the chest with it.
You positive?
Should have aimed for the head.
All right, it's a 19.
Okay. There's this moment that you can see the rage turn to fear. You can see a crack in his facade. You see his eyes looking for the exit strategy, right? And he starts reaching for the sword on his side. And then you plunge the dagger into him. And he screams in pain a moment. But then that fear, it's replaced with sudden recognition. And then excitement, exhilaration.
Oh no.
And he mutters some kind of, to you it's just arcane gibberish, but the runes on the hilt beneath your palm suddenly grow warm.
Yikes.
This deep red energy flows down the blade into Anseal's chest, and you watch as he seems to be just rapidly revitalized, color coming back to his face, that sickening confidence rebuilding. And he says, "Thank you ever so much, Harp. I always knew I could count on you."
Terrifying.
And Kadmist, this is it, man.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Moment
It's
of truth.
hero time. 13.
You did it!
You're stabilized. You're barely clinging to consciousness, and you can't do anything, but you are safe from the death saves. Peck,
Hey, you want me to death save it up?
death save it up.
Love that. Love that.
Oh,
3.
all right, we're 1-0.
I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Maybe if they'll leave us alone and I can stand up.
Moira's gonna death save too.
Moira got a 000. What?
2 nat ones?
No. Oh, well,
Oh no.
that is that one. Stellar. Cad, you're up. We're all just rolling saves and hoping for Harp at this point.
Coming at you. Oh, dunk. That is a nat 1.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
So 1 success and now 2 fails.
Okay. Meira,
Another 2.
you're
So
shitting.
2 fails, 1 success.
Okay, wow, it's not looking good, gang.
No.
Okay. Anseal stands just a little bit taller, and he clasps his hands over yours on the dagger, Harp, and he pulls it from where you buried it, and he's going to try and take it back. So let's roll opposing strength again.
All right,
Oh,
this is 2.
That's not a 2.
yeah, it's a nat 1.
That's a 1.
Plus 1.
Oh, it's a nat 1.
Yep.
Ow.
Fuck.
He rips your whole hand off.
Harp's oh, no.
Fuck. Yeah, so as you're both grappling over it, it slips from your grasp, and as he pulls it free, your palm is sliced by the blade.
TPK. TPK.
You have 3 HP right now, right?
Yeah, I only have 3 HP.
Okay, I mean, it's not a real attack, so I was just going to roll a d4 to see how bad the cut is. But that does make it a 50-50. Right? So here we go. That is a 3 exactly. The blade sears against your skin. The last of your energy is siphoned out of you, drawn into the blade. And the pain is spreading through your hand and up your arm, and it's just too much. And you crumple to the ground. And Anseal is like raising the blade up to strike after taking it from you before he notices that you're nearly unconscious and like falling at his feet. And he smiles and he kneels down in front of you and he says, I expected so much more from you, from all of you. And he stands up, looking around at the 5 of you and Moira and the 2 guards he brought, each of you just barely clinging to life. And he says, but maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's always been the problem. You can't expect anyone else to do anything correctly, can you? And he walks over to the 2 unconscious guards and he kneels and he removes one of their helmets. And he says, it's a lesson I've learned time and time again. The vast majority of people just don't have what it takes. They're not wise enough. And you all hear him plunge the dagger into the guard.
Oh, he's the
And you're
worst.
all barely conscious, but you see him, breathe deeply and you watch the energy flow from the guard into Anseal, revitalizing him.
Oh, no.
And the other guard is like clawing weakly at the ground, trying to pull himself away, but he's too weak to move. Anseal says, they're not strong enough to remove the obstacles in their path. And then he stabs the dagger into the leg of the second guard, drawing more power and draining him of life. They're not brave enough to seize the power it takes to shepherd the meek into a brighter future. And he stands and he like brushes his hair from his face as he moves towards you all. He's examining the blade in his hand. And he says, but I am. I'm brave enough, strong enough, I'm wise enough. I know you fancy yourself the smartest one in the room, Elwin, but even you can't see it. My vision, my perfect future, where everything is just as it should be, where the nails that stand too tall, and he like leans into the group of you, are hammered down.
I don't like him. I really don't like him.
Kadmist is going to kind of open his eyes a little bit and say, you're not going to get away with this.
You see his eye twitch just a bit as he like contains his anger. And he says, my friend, the beauty of it all is that you won't be here to get a say.
I hate him. I'm resisting the urge to yell very bad words.
I'm going to look at him in the eyes and be like, you may strike me down here, but I promise the vengeance that I carry within myself will find its way back to you.
He like shakes his head a bit, like he's kind of surprised at your defiance. But there's maybe like a hint of respect there too. And he stands and he reaches into a small pack on his side and he pulls out a stack of folded pages. And he's like unfurling them, examining their contents. And he says, it's a shame, really. I did find most of you ever so useful. And he seems to find the page he's looking for and he puts the others away. He says, luckily for me, I just have so much time to find suitable replacements. And he walks to a nearby tree and he presses the folded scroll onto it, smoothing it out. And he pulls back his hand, examining the arcane seal inked over the text. And he hesitates before looking over his shoulder at you all on the ground. And he says, of course, you needn't worry about being reanimated and turned into one of those things. I'll take care of the crown. You have my word. And he presses his fingers into the seal on the scroll. And a bright flash erupts from the parchment as the spell scroll activates. And even from several feet away, you can feel the intense warmth as flames engulf the tree.
Oh no.
And Anseal turns to leave as the embers like flit through the air, singeing and catching on the surrounding underbrush. And he stops just a moment, like facing away from you all, armor glinting in the firelight, jaw tensing. And then he strides away, leaving you all to the flames.
I'm sitting there looking at my father's sword in my hand, and then everything slowly goes black.
Yeah. And as the pain from the wounds you suffered in battle gets harder and harder to ignore, and as consciousness begins to part ways with you, the flames grow around you, and your vision, locked onto your father's sword, grows dark. Your skin feels hotter and hotter, but you're too weak to move. And then you don't feel much of anything at all. And Kadmist, you're absolutely positive that you're dying. And after what feels like both an eternity and an instant, you're waking up in the monochrome world of your reoccurring dream again. eyes opening to the silvery aurora rippling in the sky, the feeling of the cool ground against your back. You're okay. It wasn't real. And you take a moment to collect yourself, secure in the predictability of this place, knowing that after a few dozen loops through the short routine you've grown so used to, you'll wake up, uneasy but rested. And then something wholly unexpected happens. Your new friend, the Shade, floats into view from above your head. And it's laying in the air above you, like smirking broadly, propped up with its chin resting on its fist, its feet playfully bent in the air. And it speaks in that odd, all-around sort of way. There you are, big guy. I was starting to wonder when you'd make it. And Kadmist, it looks more solid than it ever has before. Like there's almost definition of like a clear silhouette now. And it does like a graceful little backwards loop in the air, like returning to an upright, floating position and looking around you. And it says, and look, you brought friends. And as you pull your attention from the shadowy figure, you realize it's right. There are people lying on the ground around you and starting to stir. There's Meira close by. Kira is starting to sit herself upright. And you've only seen glimpses of Harp's undisguised form here and there, but you definitely recognize her clothes on the pale form waking near you. That's certainly Meira over there trying to steady herself to stand. And the last person is someone you've never seen before. A slender man sitting up in fine clothes with auburn hair, Elwin by the look of his ears.
What do I see?
Elwin, you awake and you feel strange. Good strange. Bigger. Softer? And your muscle memory fails you a moment as you try to sit up, but you eventually figure it out. And as much as you know you should be worrying about your surroundings and what just happened with Anseal, you see your hands. Your hands. For the first time in years.
I think I like look down and like see my hands, and I like look up and I'm like I'm eye level with these people.
Yeah.
And I think I start crying.
That's understandable. And as each of you stirs, reorienting yourself here, coming to just so many realizations all at once, the Shade finally touches down to the ground and stands in front of you, Kadmist, as you're getting up. And things feel different than it did in your dreams. Like you have so much more freedom of motion and you're even able to take a couple of steps without resetting the loop. And you realize that you're not dreaming after all. You're really here. All of you are. And the Shade says, call me Elmek. All my friends do. Or, they would if anyone remembered I was out here. So, look, the bad news is you're all dead. There's just no getting around that.
I'm just going to reach out towards it and say, why didn't you give me the strength to keep fighting?
They say, look, the strength to keep fighting a losing battle you don't understand is actually not as great a thing as you're making it out to be. But you know what is? Time. Time to reflect on where you went wrong, to learn and grow from your past mistakes. And hey, you seem to find yourselves with a whole hell of a lot of it. But don't worry. People seem to love the whole being dead thing these days. And they gesture to the walled city that you've seen countless times, the tower piercing the sky in the distance. Things have come a long way over the millennia. And, since you're here, you can help me out with a problem or two I've been having. What do you say? And they put out a shadowy hand towards you.
He's extending it for a handshake?
Yeah.
I would do the same.
Yeah, you shake his hand, and it feels a bit solid this time. And he says, I knew I could count on you, pal. We have so much to talk about.